Good evening, folks. I am tbham. Gonna be bringing you another match from r/castit, little StarCraft community, part of Reddit. Folks can submit the replays to the site, get them picked up and cast up by other random people like myself. That's what I'm gonna be bringing you today. It's actually gonna be a Grandmaster versus Masters PvZ. Given that neither player seems to be playing in red or blue, this must have been a custom game, not on ladder. But that's alright. We'll cast something that could be a lot of fun. Without any further introduction, go ahead and introduce our two players here. Starting in the top right of our map, Habitation Station, in pink, playing Protoss for Team Ascension, it's MystiC. And his opponent, in teal on the left side of Habitation Station, playing as Zerg, it is Diomedes. Diomedes is the one who is actually in Grandmasters currently. I'm not certain how many times he's been in GM. I'm not sure. MystiC isn't GM at the moment, at least. He may be on another account or something. I'm not completely sure. In the title, he did say this was a Grandmaster game, and I would expect it to be nice and high level. Should be interesting to watch. It's definitely going to be a quick expansion build, seems to be for both players here. No pool down just yet. Pro being nice and annoying here at the natural. Just denying this base for a little bit longer. And Diomedes actually throwing down a pool, kind of expecting to see maybe a pylon. He doesn't want it to sit here and chew away at pylon with only drones. And he's getting close to being able to get the hatch down. He actually probably wants to kill this probe if he's possible. At the very least, he's going to make this probe go basically all the way home, but Mystic's pretty okay with that. And behind this, he's got his own Nexus down before a Forge or anything else, but actually in response to this, it looks like he's going to try to take the gold base. Yes, he is. He's taking the gold base. I know you don't have anything. You didn't throw a pylon down, so you probably went Nexus first. And his Overlord is getting in here and seeing there is indeed absolutely nothing in the main base. So he knows it's going to be a quick expansion, so he feels pretty safe to go ahead and take this gold base. His pool is already done, and toolings are on the way. So any sort of cannon rush shenanigans, which actually looks like it may be happening, this still could do a bit of work. I mean, this probe is already pretty low on health, so it's going to be kind of difficult to pull off, but with only this one drone over here right now, this could be at the least annoying. It's already annoying for sure. Diomedes not bothering with going after this pylon. Wise choice, doesn't really need to. He just needs to keep the probe from really building anything. The one cannon is going down. There are two lings here already, and they're sharp picking away at that. But I'm curious. I don't think MystiC's gonna actually. No, he's gonna back off this. Let's go ahead. Actually, he didn't cancel that. Small mistake, but no big deal. He was back home making sure everything else was going nice and dandy. So this game is going to get into more macro. This is going to third base already coming down for Diomedes. He's definitely going to feel pretty safe considering that his opponent just kind of falsely cannon rushed and lost 150 minerals and plus another extra 100 minerals with this pylon dying. But there is a cannon already down at the natural. First two gases are finishing up for MystiC here. And still no gases out of Diomedes. Just a few queens popping out at the moment. Already up to 2. And they're going to start doing their jobs. This queen is slowly waddling her way over. I think she injected before she left, so yeah. Diomedes set himself up nicely here. 26-22 workers, actually, at the moment. Protoss slightly in the lead. Always nice for Protoss to be in the lead. Overlord still in the main base, checking everything out. Actually, sorry, in the natural base, but this is where everything basically is. So he's seen everything. There's no tech to speak of just yet from either player. One gas for Diomedes, and that is it so far. But his mineral income is gonna ramp up pretty quickly, given that he has this gold base. But it's actually gonna be a Stargate opener for our Protoss player here. Let's see if he goes for oracles or maybe just the standard Phoenix or even Void Rays. To wait and see for that. Zealot taking the watchtower, clearing up one of the lings. Not sure where the other ling is at the moment. There may not be one. Did it already die? Yes. No. Where are you, Ling? There you are. He's scouting around for proxies. That's the good Ling he is. He's probably been all over this place. And yet another Overlord trying to scout in. All it sees is a Robo facility, so that actually may be a little misleading. The Robo is down, and Diomedes sees this, but he doesn't see the fact that there's a Stargate here. And Stargate's going directly for one Phoenix. And it looks like he's probably want to get to... No, he's not really going to hide that. I'm not sure if he knows this Overlord's back here, but he's going to give that Phoenix away pretty quickly. But he's going to be pretty okay with getting a good amount of... Overlord kills? Maybe not. No, this hasn't been seen yet. Nice micro coming out from Diomedes. Losing as few links as possible. Micro one away. Actually, the one that he microed away ended up getting back there and getting killed, but oh well for it. But now Diomedes knows that there is actually a Stargate on the map. His lair is already on the way. He isn't throwing down any Spore Collars just yet. He doesn't really need them. It's only 2 Phoenix at the moment. Third Phoenix is on the way though, so this could get hairy. And he is starting to throw down some Spore Collars in his bases. Probably just 1 for each of them. And beyond that, looks like he's just setting up to get a little further into the game. Lair is just about to finish up here. And actually Lings kind of squirted into the base here of our Protoss player, but it's not too big of a worry. He'll be up to 5 gateways pretty soon, and with this Stargate as well as the Robo facility. I'm not sure what the Robo facility was going to be for just yet. I have to wait and see for that, but at the moment, actually these Phoenix have a good amount of kills right now. I think they had to pick up some Lings actually to do that. There's only been 1 Overlord killed, and MystiC's actually going to be taking his 3rd base at the gold here. feeling a little ballsy. I guess he knows his opponent does have the gold as well, so he doesn't want to fall way behind, but there's going to be a lot of Lings coming out, and a Hydra Den as well, so this could be like a Ling, Hydra, and then into like a big Muta switch or something for our Zerg player here. And actually, he's gonna pressure this gold base quite heavily. There's not really much out right now. There's just a few Zealots, a couple more Zealots trying to warp in. At the same time, these Phoenix are going to work in the base here. They've already killed 3 Overlords, about to get another one. They're gonna start getting shoot away. They can actually probably pick up this Queen, but at the same time, he's still trying to deal with all these Lings. But these Lings have been going after just all of these Zealots, and kind of just consistent warping in of a lot of Zealots here. He's going to be taking care of that. He didn't really get any, I don't think he didn't get any damage done on that, but at the same time, I think a Queen just went down. No Queens yet. Still only just 5 Overlords right now. Where are these Queens? I don't see them. Okay. Hydras are coming out though, so MystiC's probably going to want to back off this eventually, but he's able to pick up on those Hydras. Still keeping himself pretty safe here, but at the same time, these Hydras move across the map, and there's not really much to defend against this. There are a couple sentries up here on the high ground, but these Hydras have a good chance to start picking away things, but Photon Overcharge goes down, and at the same time, Robotics phase coming in as well, so he's going to be set up pretty well against this. I think he lost a Phoenix to a Spore Caller back there, but he's trading alright here. It's a lot of units that have died for our Zerg player. He's fallen pretty far behind on the units lost right now. More than double his opponents right now. No 4th base yet for Diomedes. His minerals are okay, given that he does have this gold. He's had this gold for so long, and he's just trying to continue to pressure. He probably knows that this Robo facility, or Robo Bay, is on the way at the very least, given what his opponent has. Observer in here, Lings and Hydras getting into the natural. There's really nothing back here. There's a lot of Phoenix will try to pick up what they can and zone these out, but yeah, Diomedes is probably want to try to get out of here, but he's still kind of just continually rallying across the map with Ling and Hydra. That's all there is to it. And he's only got +1 Carapace right now. So he's throwing away a lot of units, but at the same time he's keeping his opponent pretty light on his own army units by trading a lot, and there's nothing really to defend this Colossus. There's a couple Phoenix and a couple Sentries, but nothing else to really buffer for that single Colossus that's out right now. So interesting play here. 4th base is about halfway finished here for Diomedes, and at the same time he's still going to continually just try to harass at all these probes as much as he can. At the moment, Diomedes has actually killed off 7 probes so far, and these Lings are just kind of being forfeited here. But at the same time, he's this amazing creep spread. That's all the way across the map into the Zerg opponent's base here. So still no hive ideas yet. He is having finished, but that is finishing up right now, and he's going directly in the hive and adding on a Roach Warren. +1/+1 will be finished here in a moment for the Zerg's ranged attacks. But he invested a whole lot early on into a lot of army units. He's still sitting only at 58 drones right now, and the Protest is at 66 drones and are really on even bases. Never really a situation when you get it, but you get a great run buys. Great run buys here. He's killed off a lot of probes. He's killed 14 probes so far. I think most of these probes went to somewhere else. No, they just ran away briefly. But this is kind of getting annoying for MystiC to deal with. He's kind of consistently having to warp in zealots all over the place rather than being able to actually use his army out where he wants to. But he's got these two Colossus up here starting to pick away at these gold minerals here. He's doing his own economic damage at the same time. But these links, they're shooting away at this Nexus, trying to kill a Nexus actually. And workers killed is just about even, but there's another big army over here for Diomedes, catching one Colossus off in the middle of nowhere. That would cost us just trying to reinforce the other two, and with the other two Colossus now joining the fray, these Hydras are going to want to run the heck away. Hive's just about finished here. Nothing being researched out of Infestation Pit just yet, but Hive is done. No second Evo Chamber either, and still only on 1-1, but both players are actually only on 1-1, and another large engagement coming in over here. MystiC siphoning off a lot of those units, but still just lings, trying to get in where they can. And again, they've killed off this cannon, so there's nothing really to deter them from going into this these bases over and over, and exactly what they're going to do. There is a Colossus out and ready, so MystiC won't lose nearly as much, but he's actually attacking a pylon right now. You gotta hate that. Trying to micro as best as you possibly can, and you end up clicking onto something that's your own item. Never a good time. Never a good time. It's actually gonna be Vipers. A couple of Vipers gonna be coming in along with all these roaches. So it's just he's gonna try to abduct as many Colossus as possible. He's kept the Colossus count pretty low. It is only at 3 right now, and both players only on 58 workers. A lot of economic harassment has gone on, and these Phoenix even are going to be trying to be getting annoying. Maybe picking up a couple more of these overloads here, but at the same time, MystiC's trying to posture across the map. 2 Vipers do have a decent amount of energy. At least I have a couple of ducks, and with only the 3 Colossus, actually only 2 are in the battle, and they get abducted immediately and sniped off almost immediately. And MystiC is going to want to get out of here probably as soon as possible. One more Colossus joining the battle, but well, at least he's going to back off. The Vipers don't have much energy, and he doesn't want to lose everything. There's only 5 sentries. I think these Phoenix started doing a little bit more work here on Overlords, but that's about it. Actually switching into some Immortals and Temple Archives on the way for our Protest player, and trying to find a fit base. This Overlord might get here and start spreading creep immediately at the best time possible. It does. Oh, good job, Overlord. Denying this base. Always a good thing. And what do we have now? So we have 1 Viper left currently against 2 Colossus, and it's going to be a lot of probably Storm and some Archons soon. Is Charge done? Charge is not done. Is there even a Twilight Council? There it is. Okay, Twilight Council Blink is on the way. So yeah, and there's a lot of army here for Diomedes, but only the 1 Viper. Kind of annoying to deal with these 2 Colossus here. He does immediately snipe one, so amazing abduct there, and he snipes the Mothership Core as well. So that's gonna be annoying to have to rebuild. It's always difficult to remember to actually rebuild your freaking Mothership Core, especially later on in the game. But without Blink, MystiC's not really able to chase this army down as best as he would like. And still, that Viper did survive. 1 more Viper on the way. +2 attack for his range is about to finish. +2 attack and +2 armor have finished for the Protest player, and +3 is on its way just now. So a small upgrade advantage here for the Protest. He's going to enjoy that as long as he possibly can. And they're still just kind of posturing across the map here. And almost good engagements, but that is 4 sentries. They do have a good amount of energy on them. One of them is garnishing immediately, and still just kind of forces his opponent to back off and say, hey, you can't really take a 5th base, which is not the best of situations when you're this late in the game for a Zerg player. A nice feedback on one of the Vipers, but the other one does manage to snipe off another Colossus. So, but another big engagement coming in here, and with the upgrade advantage, this looks like it may be good for MystiC, but that's a lot of DPS for a Zerg player, and not a lot of AoE really. And actually abducting the Immortal even. 1 more Immortal joining in, a lot more Stalkers joining in. But that's just a lot of army right now. Supplies are relatively kind of even. 145 supply to 117 right now in favor of the Zerg player, but he is pushing this army back. And with this Archon now joining in, and just all we're left with is these. We have 2 Vipers and some Roaches and Hydras against a relatively beefy 2-2 army that's going to have 3-3 not really soon. It's going to be a little while still. The second Forge that MystiC has here isn't really doing anything right now. He's pretty low on his gas. This 5th base took a long time to get up, and this 4th base is actually he's chosen to put 4 into that. Guys are not the biggest of deal, especially at this point in the game. It's actually, I think, better, but actually only has 2 in this one. There was a lot of harassment early on up in this base, so it's easy to forget to put Harvesters back in. So his gas income isn't exactly where he wants it, but he does have Storm on the way. Does he have any Templar actually out? He does have 3 Templar that are out, starting to gain energy, but at the same time, the Zerg army is going to be poking in to this 4th base. I count words. I count bases really, really well. Not the greatest of angles for him to go into, but he is going to enjoy this nice high ground for a moment. And Storm is not finished. It still has about 20 seconds left. And while that Storm is not finished, he's going to snipe off what he can and just kind of dance around and force his opponent into this massively defensive position. And meanwhile, he's taking his own 5th base. DT Shrine is actually on the way. And looks like he'll be switching into Swarm House. He knows he's kept that Colossus count so low. And all he's going to have is a few Storms. It's not going to be the biggest of deals. A couple Zealots trying to move across the map, but they're not going to get much done there. They do get found out and pushed away. Once DTs come in, this could be really nice. Both players just kind of trying to find position on the map for themselves to set up and have a nice engagement. And it's really, really kind of difficult here. +3 has finished, and actually another nice snipe on another Immortal. Always just picking up the high army units is great. And I think this is the first time that MystiC has seen all those Swarm Hosts and a nice, what's that even called? I'm so stupid. Nice, oh lord, nice Blinding Cloud goes down there. Does force those Stalkers away, but not before, I think 3. I believe it was 3. 4 Swarm Hosts actually. 4 Swarm Hosts died, and the 5th one actually goes down as well. So all the Swarm Hosts that did come out and that were kind of a surprise just died. So advantage is definitely back into the favor of MystiC. He's adding on a second robotics facility, starting to get that Colossus count back up. And at the same time, he's moving across, going to be pressuring into this 5th base, but his Zerg opponent is also all the way across the map and probably going to be pushing it as well. But 2 DTs. I'm not sure if he sees this. No, I think it's more worried about this base. Did just died, but Overseer does just get in nicely in time. But now we are sitting at 4 bases versus 4 bases in a PvZ, and not what you want to be happening if you are the Zerg player at this moment. He does have a few Swarm Hosts out now, and there's only 1 Colossus on the field right now. Yeah, only 1 Colossus. Zealot Charge on the way, +3 armor on the way. The second Robo Facility has just finished up, so he's going to be able to start that double Colossus production, so he's really, really going to want right now. 4 High Templar are on the field, and there's not too many Vipers, only 4 Vipers, so he could, actually he's zoning out with the Storm very nicely there. Just forcing an opponent into a worse position that he possibly can, and more Storms going down. That means he's doing a good job of avoiding them, but nice feedbacks on the Vipers. 2 of them still do have energy enough, but more Swarm Hearts getting blinked on, but Blinding Clouds go down. Force MystiC back, at least for the moment, but at the same time he's kind of taking these fights as best as he can. 11 more Swarmers on the way. Holy crap. I don't know if, I doubt he knows that there's a second. No, he doesn't know there's a second Robo Facility. I'm not certain if he would invest this much in a Swarm Host at this point if he knew how many Colossus are going to be out so quickly. 2 at a time coming out right now. Already 2 on the field, excuse me. And yeah, these 11 Swarm Hosts are about to pop out, but it might be too late. MystiC is starting to move in. He's going to catch all these Swarm Hosts off in awkward positions, and the ground army of Diomedes is going to try to swing around maybe, and yes, get a nice flank on these with the Locust. Vipers moving ahead a little bit. One of them gets feedbacks, but one of them does get abducted on a Stalker of all items. That's okay. Whatever you can get. Actually, a Colossus out in the middle of nowhere. Going to get sniped off relatively quickly, but a huge blink forward by MystiC there. And he's just going to take out pretty much the entirety of Diomedes' army here. Diomedes is just plummeting in supply right now. 163 to 141 supply. He does have 2 more hatcheries that have been built here in the south. But his opponent is also on his 5th base here. So, yeah, MystiC has taken a nice advantage in this game right now. He has +3 armor is just about to finish, and a War Prism even going to be coming out. So, He's going to be starting adding in a lot of probably DT and Zealot harass, probably to Zealots, given how low on his gas income he is right now. But another base going to die off here for Diomedes. MystiC knows that he is ahead, and he knows he doesn't want to get lost in the middle of all these swarm hosts, but another Colossus gets abducted. So Diomedes doing exactly everything he possibly can to keep this game just continuing at this moment. 2 Colossus walking across the map, trying to find a way in. And this War Prism is probably going to get in and do a ton of damage because there is absolutely 0 army, and 0 army is going to get back there. The army for our Zerg player right now is in 18 swarm hosts. 18 swarm hosts are fairly immobile and without much of a ground army as well. This War Prism is about to start warping in. Maybe there's a small engagement happening. I guess he's trying to protect this pylon. He is losing most of his forward pylons, but eventually this War Prism will warp something in, and it's going to be amazing. But actually, it may not even matter. Is there an observer? There is an observer, so he does see all of these, and with continual blinks, he's just going to continue and take out this army. A lot of Zealots and 1 DT actually warped in the main base, and at the same time, he's losing most of his army. Nice. Blinding Cloud's going down, but Storm is completely taking care of those Locusts, except for the nice abduct, so even while this is going on. However, the infestation pit just died. There's no chance of adding on more of those sweet swarm hosts. And these swarm hosts are kind of caught in the middle of nowhere again. A lot more are going to be dying. Locusts are trying to do what they can, but yeah, this is starting to go pretty poorly for our Zerg player here. 180 supply to 135 in favor of MystiC at the moment, and he is looking golden at this stage. He's going to be pushing in even more. Swarm hosts doing what they can. Vipers even actually nice abduct on the observer had there actually been anything that could shoot up. That was a really cute abduct, but Diomedes is going to call GG there. So well played to our TAsc player MystiC. Impressive game there. It's a very interesting openings for both players. Zerg players sitting on Ling Hydra for so long and then finally deciding to go into Swarm Host, but kind of just late in the game. That's going to do it for this game at least. Catch me on Twitch. I do a lot of streaming for the Chobo Team League. Twitch.tv/tbham. Twitter @tbhamsc. And then subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to do as much casting as possible for this Reddit stuff. And again, that's Reddit/r/castit. Nice little community. Submit some stuff. And people try to cast it. Yeah. Thanks for watching.